Well, hello everyone. You have right here of talking about right here of talking about whenever it comes to remembering and testing right here, whenever it comes to any source of response or any source of application that you're filling out or something like that. But really, that what does it usually mean when we say free on something? Whenever we say free on something, that usually means that there is no fees. It doesn't cost you anything just to apply. It doesn't cost you anything just for a few steps forward, right? And a lot of times that you begin to learn to where that a number of times that you read about it and you're always learned to where that why do you think that it's said the way that it's pronounced right here on a lot of these advertisements right here, and let's just say that if the way on one of those ways would be is toward it's free right here, just for signing up or just for participating or something like that, just for participating or just by responding within a timely manner. This is free to you. It's free information, or as long as you respond within a timely manner. And most of the time, that's usually what it means right here. It doesn't cost anything just to do this. It doesn't cost anything for the application. It doesn't really cost anything just to move on to the next steps or something like that. But still, when we do think about that, and you're wondering where what exactly does come to your mind whenever you think about that, and people might say, yeah, if you even if you scan the QR code or something like that, just like a way of how to respond to any source of article, and you wonder toward, yeah, for the most time, it's easier to understand. So every time you hear the word free or thinking about free stuff, or maybe it's free and easy or something like that, what it usually means most of the time is it's easier to understand if you follow the instructions or something like that on the front. And besides, ask nicely though, and much, much more right here. So you see this a lot of times whenever it comes to purchasing package deals or looking at any sorts of advertisements and articles and all that. But still, that what exactly does that mean? And like everybody might say that for sure it's as easy as a touch of a button or something like that. But still, that each and every time you think about that and you're warned to where okay, yeah, it's free and fun or something like that. But I could probably tell you that most of the time, what it pretty much means is just to make it easier to understand, so that way you won't spend nearly an hour looking at that advertisement right there. It's all designed to make it easier to understand and easier to know what you need to know, as far as the required materials. And a lot of times that you see that with the QR codes and maybe anything about see inside for details or something like that. But still, that whenever you see this right here, talk about for much, much more right here. So it sure seems that way that, that whenever you buy something, it's like a package deal to where, this is supposed to be included and that's included right there. But still, that you begin to wonder to where, okay, yeah, much, much more right here. And so a lot of times that you begin to wonder to where that, okay, yeah, that, a lot of that right there is not advertised on the cover just because. Or what reason? Well, because that the reason why that you don't see the details on the front part of the cover right there is because that that for one that there's not enough room just to advertise it, and two that just to take time, just to take the extra 15 or 20 minutes just to put the details on the front right there. But still, that you see this right here of talking about whenever it comes to remembering something or whenever it comes to free right here. And you were toward it. What exactly does that mean? And where have you seen it most of the time? And everybody might say, yeah, just to how it's placed right here. You would see it right here, sideways right here. And like at this right here was supposed to be any source of advertisement of some kind. And like everybody might say that it's free to look at. If you want more information and you get like a free month subscription or something like that, or if you want a free guide for something that you want to look further into or something like that. And so a lot of times that you begin to word to where you see this right here, and your word to where what exactly does that mean when we talk about free right here? And I can tell you one thing, everybody, that I really think in a lot of ways what it really means right here is that, yeah, it's easier to understand. To make the long story short and further details inside, a lot of times, and that's usually what that means right there. Besides that, it doesn't cost anything, or that people might say that whenever you look at these advertisements, a lot of times that how often is the answer is really is to where to just ask nicely, and that you'll be able to get a response, or you'll be able to understand. They'll be able to explain the information clearly afterwards. But still, I begin to wonder, based on my experience, that you know, uh, if they say that, okay, yeah, and much, much more right here, but still, I think that that's really what it is. To make it easier for you to understand the details of what's inside, or just to understand what you gotta do next after you bought this catalog, after you bought this package deal, after you ordered. And so after you ordered something, after you bought something, just to make it easier to understand, which that would usually be on the invoice or on the receipt, right? But you begin to wonder to where it, you know, uh, why can't they just put the front cover on there, easier to understand? If you're familiar with this right there, why can't they put this on the front cover? Why can't they use this right here as something to where that they can say that, okay, to make it easier to understand, go ahead and scan the QR code. To make it easier to understand, go ahead and look at the pictures. If you're familiar with this story or something like that, then, yeah, go ahead and look further into this story right here or something like that. Why can't people put on here easier to understand, rather than just say, okay, free. You get free stuff if you join. You get free stuff if you read on the details or whichever. And so that is why it sure seems that way, to where that why can't we use the word free as like what's pronounced? Is that, yeah, if you say the word free right here, then maybe people are going to maybe say is toward it, yeah. Is that supposed to be free lunch or free stuff or something like that? Or maybe that the free party, invitation or something like that. But like everybody might want to know too, that the number of times that you've heard that before, and you begin to wonder to where it, yeah, it's rewarded to you just by participating. This is supposed to be a gift to you just by taking the extra 15 minutes of your time to respond to a few question survey. And most of the time that's the case, right? That if you respond within a certain time, that you might get free stuff, but still, just for a gift of appreciation, but still. I just really think in a lot of ways too, everybody, that whenever you look at those surveys, by the way, that I think a lot of people would probably agree that they'll go ahead and send you free stuff if you respond within a certain time. And like you say, that usually after 5 business days or something like that, you would get a free brochure or a free article, maybe more detailed information about this or that. But still, that every time you do think about that, and you weren't to where that, what exactly is it that these advertisements are saying right here? And most of the time, it's like, yep, it's yours. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, it's free. It's a free advertisement. Free guides to the guide, to how to respond to certain, like, yeah. And besides, if it's Girl Scout cookies, or if it's local charities, that when we say free right here, what we're actually are talking about is that it should take less than 15 minutes of your time. And yeah, if you could respond to this by following the instructions on the front of the page right here, and where it says about the application improved accounts. But still, that how often are we really going to hear that it's easier to understand? You ask nicely, and much, much more right here. And you got the QR code. And people may want to know too that, yeah, the QR code. the QR code, where exactly do you think the QR code should be? Do you think it should be on the front or on the inside or something like that? Usually it's on the front, but I just really want to know too that, why is it that you don't really see easier to understand on the front cover of a catalog, front cover of those advertisements, or rather than you see the word free right here. But still, in case of anybody's wondering, that's maybe another reason why the QR codes are present is the fact that if you scan the QR code on the front, then chances are that somebody is going to respond. And let's just say that you scan the QR code, and let's just say that if you were to place the QR code like so, readable QR code, you'll put it like right down here. Put like a little QR code like right down here, so that way people can respond. And so scan the QR code, put like a little spot for a QR code like right here. This coupon came with your credit card or something like that. Yeah, the coupon came like this. And scan the QR code right here, and that QR code will take you to a website. Or that QR code will give you more information about what's advertised right here. So really, that I really, in a lot of ways, I would like to know too that if we think that QR code really does help out a lot, then why do we keep seeing free right here and free this and free that? But still, on the other hand, too, that people might say that you get free stuff afterwards, after you responded to the QR code and after you visited the website, after you've responded to the application, and after you took the 15 minutes to talk to the personnel there on the website. And so that's another reason why that we may think is as toward it, easier to understand. And why do we think that okay, easier to understand? Nobody's really going to just say the words such as easier to understand. They're just going to say that free is supposed to be free, but at the same time that you begin to learn to where that if they don't have any labels, if companies don't want to take time to print the labels to where it's easier to understand, and for sure they're going to go ahead and use the QR code. So so a lot of times if you do see any posters or advertisements, and chances are you're going to see a QR code right here. And you're going to need your phone just to be able to do a lot of that. But like they say, that once you do figure it out, and then maybe it's going to be a lot easier than compared to the first time, right? But I really would like to know too that if they say free right here, then you get free stuff afterwards. That's after you follow the instructions. That's after you participated. But still, that at the same time, though, that when we talk about have fun and that you good right here, but I thought I'd just talk about that just because a number of times I've heard it, but everybody might say that from all this information right here, I just really think that just to make it a little bit easier to understand, that is why that QR codes are used. It's not really because the word free is printed on the front cover of even on the cereal box, right? You were listening to the radio station, and I'll just say the things that you can remember, right? But I'm about ready to tell everybody that when we say free right here, that's another way of saying this is toward you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to give it a try if you want to go ahead and give it a try, just to see what happens and experience, have fun with it, experiment around with the controls, whichever. But still, having a smartphone really helps out a lot, right? But anyway, I thought I'd go and just talk about that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.